Hello guys, grammar time today. Today's topic is past simple and past progressive. I discussed this too because if you learn past progressive, then you also have to learn past simple. In past progressive, they are used in combination. Past progressive also contains past simple, and that's why I bring these two topics together. Okay, let's start with the past simple. You know that the use of the past simple is to tell about an activity or an event that happened in the past. That's obvious, I think, right? We have known this since you were in your senior high school. It is about something that happened in the past. As for the patterns, for the affirmative, this is the kalimat berita. It's simple, it's subject plus verb to plus object plus adverb. Object and adverbs are within brackets because they are optional. Yeah, they are optional. For examples, things like these sentences, she talked to him last night. You know, this is the subject. Verb to him last night. This is the preposition. To is the preposition and him is the object of the preposition. Last night is the adverb of time. The doctors arrived last week. The doctors is the subject, arrived is verb to, last week is adverb of time. Okay. For the negative, you have the subject plus did plus not plus verb 1. Notice that now it changes into verb 1. Yeah. And then object and adverb if necessary. For example, she did not talk to him last night. It was not here a while ago. Yeah. Okay, that's the example. For the interrogative pattern, the yes-no questions, we have auxiliary did. Now you learn that in the past simple, the auxiliary is did. So the auxiliary comes first, then you have the subject, you have the verb 1. Again, notice that this is verb 1, not verb 2. Yeah. And then you have object and adverb if necessary. For example, did she talk to him last night? You have the did here as the auxiliary, she as the subject, talk as verb 1. Okay. Was it here a while ago? You have was here as the auxiliary, and you have it as a subject, here a while ago, as the adverb of place and time. Okay. For the interrogative WH word, it's called WH because it starts with W or H, like when, where, which, who, and how. Yeah. So the pattern is like this. You have the WH word plus auxiliary did plus subject plus verb 1. Again, verb 1, not verb 2. Yeah, when it comes to negative and interrogative patterns, the verb always changes back into verb 1 and not verb 2. Then you have object and adverb if necessary. For example, we have when. When is the WH word. It starts with a W here. When, did is the auxiliary, and then you have a as a subject, take as the verb 1, motorbike is the object, from the garage is the adverb. Okay? Yes, that's a pattern for the interrogative pattern for the WH question. Also, there's another pattern with the subject here being the thing that is being asked. Yeah. The pattern is like this. You have WH word plus verb 2 plus object plus adverb. For example, who told you last night? Now the question here is about the subject, and that's why you have this pattern. You have WH word, you have told, verb 2. Notice that this is verb 2. Yeah. Then you have last night as the adverb of time. Okay, that is the past simple. Now let's continue to past progressive. In past progressive, it's also called past continuous. The use of this tense is to tell about an activity that was happening. See, that was happening. Yang sedang terjadi, that was happening, or in progress. yang sedang berlangsung, ya. In the past. So it's something that was happening back in the past. Okay. When another activity suddenly happened. So you have two activities here. One is the something that was going on, something that was happening, and then suddenly there was another activity or another event happened during the first event or the first activity. Yeah. So again, in past progressive or in past continuous, usually we talk about two different activities. One activity was still going on, sedang berlangsung, when suddenly another activity happened. But both activities happened in the past. That's the essence of past progressive or past continuous. Okay? Yeah. For example, I was studying math last night. So the act of me studying math was still going on, was still happening last night in the past. When suddenly, another activity happened. And this is my teacher suddenly called me up. See, you have one activity here in progress, still going on, still happening in the past. And suddenly another event, which is my teacher called me up, happened. Yeah, so that's the point, the important point of a past continuous or past progressive. Something that was happening in the past when suddenly something else happened. Remember that. Okay? Yeah, another example will be, we were having dinner at 7 last week this should be omitted here. The should be omitted. When suddenly it rained. Yeah. We were having dinner at 7 last week when suddenly it rained. So the pattern is like this: subject 1 plus was or were plus verb ing. Yeah, you have verb ing here. And then you have object and adverb if necessary. And then you have the conjunction when. And then you have the clause in the past simple. Subject, the other subject, yeah, plus verb 2. Remember that the pattern of past simple is verb 2. And then you have object and adverb if necessary. So in past progressive, we also have a clause. Yeah, this is called a clause. Yeah, this is called a clause in past simple. Yeah, this is called the subordinate clause in past simple. And before that, you have the main clause here, yeah, in past progressive. Now that's what I mean by a combination of past progressive and past simple. When you make a past progressive sentence, most likely or usually you will have to write another clause in past simple. Usually. Yeah, okay. For the negative, it's quite easy. Simply put not after the was or were, and the rest is the same. For the interrogative, it's like this: was, were, plus subject, plus verb ing, plus object and adverb. Were they cooking the chicken? See, the auxiliary must be put in front. Then you have subject and verb ing. For the interrogative, you have WH word plus auxiliary was were, subject plus verb ing, and the rest. Yeah. When were they singing the song? Another pattern with WH word is WH word plus was were plus verb ing and object and adverb if necessary. For example, who was teaching you last year? Yeah. Okay. Okay, that's it, students. Past progressive and past simple. I hope you can understand it well. And goodbye for now. Good luck for your study. See you in the next episode.